Hello my ADHD kitties. It's time to do some math again, and this video is just for you. Today we're going to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. We already reviewed the process in video 1, so it's right to working problems. Ready? Get set, go! Okay, so here we are at the first problem. X squared plus 5x plus 4 equals 0. And the first step is to figure out what is A, what is B, and what is C. So the invisible 1 is A, 5 is B, and 4 is C. So hello, there's a quadratic formula, and now we're just going to plug in the values. So x equals negative b, which is negative 5, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 5 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, and c is 4, all over 2 times a, which is 1. So the key here is the plus or minus. So if you remember from before, you'll have one equation with the plus and one equation with the minus. So here we are, part 2, where I plugged in the values. So negative 5 plus 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4 all over 2 times 1. So now is the trick where you put it into the calculator. But just a quick reminder, this is the negative sign, and this is the minus sign. So when you key the top part in your calculator, you want to make sure that you're using the negative sign in the right place and the minus sign in the other place. So take a moment and see what you get. I got 2 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. What? Negative 2. So negative 2 over 2 equals negative 1. And that is that. Now on to minus. So here we are at the minus. So what you want to do is to run across the top, the numerator, and see what you get. And then the denominator is 2. So what is 8 over 2? And in case, I'm going to give you that's how you can key it into your calculator. So x equals negative 4. So x equals negative 4 for the side that has the minus. And going back to our other one, x equals negative 1 is the answer for the plus. Hooray! First problem down. 2 more to go. Okay, moving on to number 2. 5x squared minus 11x plus 2 equals 0. A is 5, B is negative 11, and C is 2. Okay, so here we are at the first equation, and what I want you to notice is that it's the plus. So take a second and work the problem. Come up with what the numerator equals and what the denominator equals. So I got 20 over 10, and if you're using your calculator to simplify, it's 20 divided by 10 equals, it equals 2. Hopefully you got that. So x equals 2. If you didn't get it, pause the screen, check it out. Especially be careful about, let me see if I can get another color here. This is a negative sign, and this is a minus. So 10 to 1 says if you had a hard time, that probably was it. 1 to the minus. So here we are at the minus sign. Calculate the top, calculate the bottom. Watch out for the negative and the minus. Okay. And now you can see we have issues. But one that the calculator will help us with. So 2 divided by 10 is 0.2. And here's the happy part. This time I decided to show two calculators, and one is going to be Texas Instrument. So what you would do is you would press the math key, then the enter key. See, these are modern times. Let the machine, let the computers do the work. So math, enter, enter. So if you have a Texas Instrument calculator, do yourself a favor and write it down. And then the other one that I know, because it's the one that I have, is a Casio. And the Casio has a funky looking key, and actually it's pretty cool because it goes in both directions. But if you want the Casio, it's the S with the double arrow and then a D. So in the end, that is 1/5. So X equals 1/5. So quickly hopping over so we can be thorough here, X also equals 2. So that was from the plus, and the bottom one, let's see. This is from the plus, and the bottom one is from the minus. So again, turning that decimal into a fraction, if you've got a Texas Instrument, it is math, enter, enter. If it's Casio, it's the S with the double arrow and D. On to the last one. The first step is to identify what is A, what is B, and what is C. Okay, so A equals 1, B equals -5, and C equals -6. The next step is going to be plugging in A, B, and C to the quadratic formula. Okay, double check a minute and see what you got. 5 plus or minus the square root of -5 squared minus 4 times 1 times -6 all over 2 over 1. Okay, make friends with your calculator and tell me what fraction you got. Okay, the answer is 6. If you didn't get it, pause the screen. So here we go. It's the last part, so all I'm going to do is tell you, work it out. Plus and minus. So that's it. X equals -1, X equals 6. You did a great job and you rock. I know you tried your best, and even if you didn't get them all right, remember, learning is a process. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And remember, Edie loves math, even if you don't. Ciao.